Christians take the place of God and give it to men. And then they shut out God. And then when things go bad, they come back to God and cry and say, God, you have abandoned me, but you were the one who abandoned God from the beginning. Did you give God the place of God in your life? That's a very important question. Did you give God the place of God in your life? Or did you give God no place in your life and give man the place of God in your life? Because of these sort of ideas, people then unconsciously make man their source instead of depending on God. And this is a very big error. Like I said, I was in that situation at some point until God started to correct me and taught me what was necessary. You have to get to a point where you make God your source, where you give God the place of God in your life. And that's when you will see a massive change in everything that has to do with you. Massive change. Massive change. You bring God's place in your life. You don't depend on men, you depend on God. And the height of depending on God is that even in the face of uncertainty, like Daniel, when he was going to have to be thrown into the lion's den, like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, when they were going to be thrown inside the fiery furnace, they said something. They said, okay, we are not careful to answer you. I mean, we don't care. We are not careful to answer you in this matter, right? The God that we serve will deliver us. But even if he would not deliver us, or even if he doesn't deliver us, we would gladly die. Yet we would not bow before you. We prefer to die than to bow before you. Now, this is the height of making God your source. This is the height of trust and faith in God. Where you get to the point where you can boldly and intimately declare that God, it has to be you alone in my life. That place of God, that place of a source, that place of the lifter, that place of the one who exalts my head would have to be given to you alone in my life. I know you will lift me forward. I know you will make my path shine brighter, more and more glorious and glorious. I know. But even if you don't do it, I'll still worship you. You get to the point where you say, God, whatever you cannot give me, may I never have it. What you cannot take me to, may I never get there. Whatever you cannot do for me, let it remain undone. If you get to that height of situation, or that height of confession, or that height of faith, you get to experience the massive explosions of the blessing of God in your life. God is looking for people who will trust Him wholly, who will trust Him entirely with everything in them. Not looking to man, but looking entirely unto Jesus, the author and finisher of their faith.